In this lecture, let's explore about the bus matrix engine of the microcontroller, and you can see in TI's microcontroller also we have a bus matrix. And in this lecture, let's explore what exactly is this. So for that, what I want to do is I want to use one application note which is very nice. This application note is actually from ST on DMA controller, but you need not to worry about DMA controller at all. But why I am using this application note? Because there is one nice diagram which explains bus matrix. So I'll just open that. I'll just search here bus matrix. Okay, so here it is. So this bus matrix applies to these controllers. Okay, so if you have some different controller, then diagram may be slightly different. So whatever I'm going to explain applies to all those different controllers diagrams. Okay, don't worry about which microcontroller I'm using, just understand the working principles. All right, so I just copied this into my PPT. Okay, so in this diagram, at the top, what you are seeing in the yellow boxes, those are called as masters. These are masters. And the right hand side, these green boxes and all these things what you are seeing here, so all these are actually slaves. So these are slaves, and this box is actually a bus matrix, and this is called as multi AHB bus matrix. That's because we have multiple AHB buses on the slave side, and you will see lots of connected dots here, which actually says that there is a path for master to communicate to the slave. In microcontroller, the communication between processor to peripheral is seen from the scope of communication between a master and a slave. For example, in our microcontroller, we have a processor that is ARM Cortex, right? So that is actually master. So a microcontroller will at least have one master, that is the processor itself. So that is this one. And the microcontroller may be having a couple of other masters. For example, in this microcontroller, okay, we have Ethernet as a master, high-speed USB 2.0 as a master, DMA 1 as a master, and DMA 2 as a master. So don't worry about these other masters. So that is actually not included in this course to discuss other masters. Okay, so we'll just concentrate on our main master, that is Cortex M processor. Now you know that the Cortex M processor gives out 3 buses to communicate to the slaves. So now let's consider the D bus first. Okay, you can see that there are 4 dots here mentioned in this line, right? That actually means that the master can use the D bus to communicate to the SRAM 1. It's possible. Okay, the processor can use D bus to communicate to SRAM 2, and processor can use D bus to communicate to the FSMC. Okay, this is actually external memory controller, so just don't worry about that. So it is saying that the D bus can also communicate with this slave, and at the end the D bus can also talk to the flash to fetch the data. So that means in this microcontroller, the bus matrix allows master to use its D bus to communicate with 4 different slaves. Okay, so that's the privilege which is given by the bus matrix. This may not be true in another microcontroller. In this microcontroller, so there is a privilege for your processor to use D bus to talk to these 4 different slaves. Great, so now let me erase everything. Okay, so now let's take another example. Now let's check iBus. So the bus matrix of this processor allows the master to use its iBus to talk to only 2 different slaves. Okay, that is FSMC and the flash. That's it. So that also means that bus matrix will not allow iBus to talk to SRAM1 or SRAM2 or HP2 bus or HP1 bus. Okay, so that privilege is not given. So now let me take S-bus. Bus matrix will not allow S-bus to access the flash memory. Did you get that? So if someone asks you, so hey, in your microcontroller, can I use S-bus to access the flash memory? You have to say, oh, let me check my bus matrix, what it says. And you have to check here, there is no circle present, isn't it? No, you cannot access the flash memory over S-bus. That's about the Cortex-M master communicating to different slaves, okay, with the help of bus matrix. So the bus matrix is this complex electronic circuitries which will implement all these rules. So that's what I wanted to mention about bus matrix. Great. So now I will see you in the next lecture with one more interesting lecture. Till then, bye.